Welcome back, Burnt Tomatoes fans. We're going to be doing another news update. We just think it's good to get you our opinion and current events. I want to start off with really discussing and jumping into the coronavirus and what we think of that. I think that most media is really making it sound worse than it is. Now, my numbers might not be perfect, but I think for adults under 60 and with no heart problems or any of those problems have a 99.97 survival rate. When with the flu you have an 84% survival rate. So really, we should be freaking out about the flu. It's everywhere. I mean, I saw 9 kids go, different kids have the flu in a week at school. I mean, the flu is the flu. We've all heard of the flu. There's 2 types of the flu. Pretty big deal, but I think it's being pushed a little further. But make sure that you're really doing these few steps. You make sure that you don't go to the movies. I know there might not be many people there, but the germs are still there. And make sure when you're washing your hands, make sure you don't wash them twice. Sing the ABCs twice. That's what I do. So yeah, do that. But yeah, just be smart about it. Don't try to do anything crazy. And this is not the enemy. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. I curse you to wash your hands. All right, slightly off topic. Google and large tech companies are going to try to create an app to help you diagnose corona symptoms. How do you feel about this, Jet?
I don't know. I don't really have any opinion.
I'm not sure. I mean, going into the doctor, I think would be a much more way
to get it?
No, actually, a better way to diagnose it. Because if they run a blood test and it comes back in your bloodstream, probably have it. But I mean, if an app says, oh, your symptoms, oh, you don't have it, you're fine. You might not be fine, with the flu even, because I'm going to compare corona or COVID-19 to the flu quite a bit. They're very similar in symptoms. And flu symptoms can be obsolete at times if you don't know you have the flu. So that's why you have to go to the doctor and get checked. I don't know if an app will be able to do that.
If you really have coronavirus, what I've heard and what my family's heard, you're supposed to hold your breath for at least 15 seconds, and if you can't do that without coughing or letting it out in coughing, then you have some signs of it.
Yeah, if you can't do that, if you're coughing all the time, if you're sneezing, if you don't feel good, if you feel like you have the flu, go to the doctor. I mean, even getting medicine for the flu would be better than sitting home sick, let alone if you have corona. And also, food delivery services. Is that causing the corona to spread faster? I mean, I'm a firm believer in ordering Postmates over going out and picking it up. How do you feel?
I mean, we've never ordered any food. We just go out and get it. Except, my family's not really worried about it. My dad's just getting mad because they're canceling his games because of the virus, and they're just canceling everything.
Yeah, I don't think you should really be ordering delivery. Let's say a guy who does have corona is in his car, starts coughing and sneezing. Those germs just can get in the air that so much is inside the hamburger you have in the delivery bag.
It doesn't spread by air. It spreads by touch.
But either way, all right, you come to the door, you shake his hand, or you hand him money. It's still...
If you cough on somebody, yeah.
Yeah, I think you might as well just go out and get it. Or really, I don't know if you should even be eating out right now. I mean, 90% of food that's prepared is touched in some way.
Yeah.
And we're out at school, which I find kind of weird. Well, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's bad enough for them to cancel pretty much all school in Nebraska. I know Nebraska's been hit kind of hard because of those patients that were brought here, but
They didn't have the coronavirus. They were just putting them in there to make sure they didn't have signs of it.
Yeah, I think, like I said, the media is really getting people worried about COVID-19, and we're not trying to do that. We're trying to be smart, but don't overreact. Like the toilet paper shortage and the hand sanitizer. All right, hand sanitizer makes sense.
Hand sanitizer.
Yeah, the sanitizer makes sense. Like,
Well,
you
there was
kill
these
germs.
guys, I don't know where they live. They bought every single hand sanitizer from every single store, and now they're selling them for like $20, or like 40. And the company is like Amazon and eBay are stopping them. I'm pretty sure.
It's free real estate. I'm sorry, that was a dumb joke, but yeah, don't go out and buy every single roll of toilet paper. You're fine. If you need to go out and get more, you can go out and get more. Don't say people who actually do need toilet paper are out. Don't buy every single roll. Then they can't have it. I mean, it's toilet paper. Come on.
Just use normal paper.
It's not a necessity. And moving on to a lighter topic, Avenue 5 its season 2 is already in the works, according to inside sources. I haven't watched the show, but I know a lot of people who are incredibly excited for that, and hopefully it lives up to the hype. Now on to the stock market drop. The Dow's been down thousands of points in the last few days. Now, we were at 28,000, and I didn't think it would ever go over 20,000. But, yeah, I just don't know. I think we're headed towards a light recession, for sure. I mean, recessions happen. When the stock market gets that high, a recession happens. That's just going to happen. But if it does come, make sure you get out your wallets, sell your stock now. Go, second that recession hits, buy up as much as you can, because it will go up. Recessions don't last forever, and they never will.
Same with rice. That's really selling out too.
Yeah. But I mean,
the Korean stores, all of it's gone.
I mean, it is good for business, but it's kind of dumb.
They had like 15 pallets and like 20 stacked high, and then the next day we go there, it's gone.
All right. New studies, according to health specialists, eating too much salt is really bad for you. How do you feel about that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, my family likes to put salt in everything.
I do too.
And it just messes up this. Yeah.
Now, sodium that's what dehydrates you pretty much. Too much sodium is incredibly bad for you. So, salt is mostly sodium. So, I guess I could see that making sense. Just be smart. I mean, I don't think I know many people who overdo salt. But I know, don't eat I'd say, what I'm trying to say is, eat a normal amount. Google it, whatever you want. Just, if you like a little extra salt, you can do a little extra salt in that, but don't overdo it. Now, Airbnbs. Is that a good decision to stay in an Airbnb right now? Do you know what Airbnb is?
No.
So, for those of you who don't know what an Airbnb is, you've all heard of like going on your phone, say renting a house that someone locally is renting, and staying in it for a night or two. I've seen Airbnbs. I think I've used Airbnb before. Not a great idea right now. If Corona or COVID-19 really does live up to everything people are saying it is, don't go stay in someone else's house. Don't even go stay in a hotel room. You don't know who's been there. You don't know what's been there. Who knows? Somebody might have seen Pets Welcome. Might have had like a gorilla laying on your bed. Hotels in general are not clean places, let alone people's houses. Just don't go stay in someone's house. I mean, you're fine. You don't need to travel right now. All right. Last thing we have on our agenda, using body oils may actually not be good for you. Well, I guess we have one more thing. We'll get to that right after this, but body oils, apparently if you use too much of them, your skin becomes reliant. Like, have you ever used like chapstick?
Mm-hmm.
If you start using it a lot, then like your lips get chapped more often.
Mm-hmm.
That's because your skin like needs the chapstick after you've started using it. That's why I don't like use chapstick much. I mean, I use it when my lips are chapped, but I've only had chapped lips like 4 times in my life. So, same thing with body oil. You'll use them in moderation, just like salt. You don't need tons of them, but if you want some, use them. Like, if you have dry skin, get rid of it. All right, the last thing we have is sports leagues shutting down because of COVID-19. Come on.
I'm mad.
I mean, no spectators did make sense. I could see that. I mean, but canceling all in general, they still have press conferences. They still, like, if Trump's giving a speech or really any political leader, you go watch it. They just take your temp before that. Say we did that with the players. They took their temps. They were tested before the game. I'd say there's no harm in them going to play. Now, maybe spectators is a little different because there's too many. Like Memorial Stadium, it holds like 93,000 people. And we have a sellout record. Imagine all those people getting infected. But, yeah, I think, yeah, it's just not a good. I really don't like that. I'm fine with no spectators. I just can't do no sports. I mean, we need something to keep us sane if they're going to keep us home quarantined, which we don't need to be home quarantined.
It's your own decision if you want to go there or not. If you want to maybe risk getting it, then don't go.
Yeah, I think
just watch it on TV.
No spectators isn't a bad idea because it keeps the athletes healthy, but still, no one's going to go high-five the hockey player while he's taking a face-off. That's not exactly what happens. If the players are okay, if you're tested before you come in, I say no harm. Well, I think that just about wraps it up for us today on our small newscast. I really hope you enjoyed, and make sure to come back in a few days. I'm sure we'll have another one posted.